In life and business, opportunities do not stay open indefinitely. There is a specific window of opportunity that opens, stays active for a short duration, and then closes forever. Most people fail not because they lack the desire to win, but because they are still getting ready when the window opens. By the time they are prepared, the window has already shut. Jesus used parables about weddings, seasonal trees, and unexpected arrivals to explain the logic of timing. He demonstrated that success is the intersection of constant readiness and a fleeting moment. This isn't about luck, it's about logistical preparedness. In this video, we are analyzing the mechanics of how to stay ready for opportunities that give no warning, and how to read the subtle signals of the market so you are never caught off guard. The story describes 10 bridesmaids waiting for a wedding procession. 5 were wise and brought extra oil for their lamps. 5 were foolish and brought only enough for the immediate moment. When the procession was delayed and finally arrived at midnight, the foolish ones ran out of oil. While they were away buying more, the door to the feast was locked. They were excluded not because they weren't invited, but because they lacked operational reserves. The logic here is that your oil, your savings, your skills, your network is your buffer. In the real world, opportunities rarely happen on your schedule. They often arrive during the midnight of your career when you are tired or distracted. The wise builder treats preparation as a fixed overhead cost. They don't wait for the opportunity to start saving or learning. They maintain a surplus so that when the call comes, they can move instantly. Readiness is not an event, it is a permanent state of being. If you have to get ready when the door opens, you have already lost. When you see the branches of a fig tree become tender and put out leaves, you know that summer is near. The logic of this short parable is signal detection. Success requires the ability to look at small, early indicators and predict the coming season. Whether it is a shift in technology, a change in consumer behavior, or a new regulation, the world provides leaves before it provides fruit. Most people wait for the fruit, the obvious, peak success, before they take action. By then, the market is crowded and the profit margins are thin. A builder develops early detection logic. They look for the tender branches. They ask, what are the small changes happening today that indicate where the value will be 6 months from now? By reacting to the signals instead of the results, you position yourself in the right soil before the season officially changes. Timing isn't about guessing, it's about reading the data that everyone else is ignoring. If a homeowner knew exactly what time a thief was coming, he would have stayed awake to prevent the break-in. But because the timing is unknown, the only logical solution is constant vigilance. This represents the logic of risk mitigation. In a volatile environment, your progress is always under threat from thieves, market crashes, sudden competitors, or internal burnout. Protecting your progress is as important as making it. This means building systems that don't rely on you being on 24/7. It means automating your security, diversifying your income, and having a disaster recovery plan. If your entire life's work can be undone by one bad night or one missed signal, your structure is flawed. The builder understands that the thief, the unexpected crisis, is a certainty, only the timing is a variable. Therefore, the defense must be a permanent part of the architecture. This story contrasts a servant who works hard only when the master is watching with one who manages the household faithfully regardless of the master's presence. The evil servant assumes the master is delayed and begins to slack off and mistreat others. The logic here is self-regulated consistency. Most people's productivity is tied to external pressure, deadlines, bosses, or immediate rewards. The builder mindset operates on a different frequency. They understand that the master, the market, the reward is often delayed. There is a long gap between planting the seed and seeing the harvest. If your work ethic drops during that gap, you fail the test of character and mechanics. Wise servants manage their time and resources as if the reward could arrive at any second. They don't need a deadline to be disciplined. Their discipline is the foundation that ensures they are in control when the master finally returns to settle the accounts. Synchronizing with reality means aligning your internal capacity with external windows. You combine the oil of readiness with the signal detection of the fig tree. You realize that you cannot control when the wedding starts or when the summer arrives, but you can control whether or not your lamp is full when it happens. Synthesis is the transition from being reactive to being ready. Instead of panicking when a crisis hits, the thief, or a door opens, the wedding, you simply execute a pre-existing plan. You have the reserves, oil, you saw the signs, leaves, and you maintain the discipline, faithful servant. When these three elements are in sync, you don't need to hurry because you are already moving at the speed of the opportunity. The difference between those who enter the feast and those who stay outside is rarely a difference in talent, it is a difference in logistics. To rewrite your tomorrow, you must stop focusing on the procession and start focusing on your oil. You need to perform a cold audit of your current readiness level. If an elite opportunity, a dream job, a massive investment, or a global partnership presented itself at midnight tonight, would you have the reserves to say yes, or would you have to go out and buy oil first? Success is a game of endurance and positioning. You improve your timing by developing the intuition to see the leaves before the fruit appears, and by maintaining a surplus of energy, capital, and skill. You protect your progress by assuming the thief is coming and building the vigilance to meet him. Stop treating life like a series of surprises, and start treating it like a series of predictable windows. Audit your oil today, keep your lamp trimmed, and be ready to move the moment the door opens. The window won't stay open for those who are unprepared.